Darren really likes shit music.
True story.
You think?
It's unrelenting, it's unrelenting. Just when you thought we were going to relent, it's unrelenting.
How could anybody say he was wrong when he was so right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah, the music was good. If JCD wasn't complaining about the music, it wasn't good.
Okay.
Welcome to Unrelenting. He would complain about Ted Nugent with the never-ending feedback. And I know he went to go see Hendrix a few times in his prime, so he didn't mind electric guitar feedback. He was one of the articles I saw.
Did he say that he wasn't complaining about Hendrix playing?
That's true. I don't know. He may have been. Hey, buddy, can you turn it down a little bit up there?
Back when I used to be a music reviewer.
For that 15 minutes of fame you had there?
No. I did that all through college. That was my way to pay for dates.
Which you only had like 3, so it didn't take much of the work to pay for that.
I'll have you know that my quotes about a number of groups were on the back of their CDs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So those bands must have been selling 3-4 copies. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well,
I saw one of the articles on JCD that said he started as a wine writer. Is that true? I mean, I know he knew wine, but did he start as a wine writer in journalism, or is this just another case of the mainstream media getting it a little bit wrong?
he started as a chemical safety auditor.
I mean, as far as his career in writing went.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the first articles he did were. Maybe they were wine, because I think he has enjoyed wine his entire life.
And one of the articles did say he was the ultimate internet troll before the internet was even around. So that's true.
Uh-huh.
The stuff when people are going back, there was one of the Apple sites had a list of like 15 different articles from JCD from, they better sell off the iPhone now. It's going to be an embarrassment to them. Nobody's going to want to use a mouse thing. Or there is no evidence yet that anybody wants to use a mouse. And there were a bunch of these examples. And they're like, well, he didn't necessarily write things that he believed. It was things that he knew was going to get a response.
He didn't necessarily not believe it either.
True.
So, yeah, he definitely did that. So his article in Mac User that I used to read every issue, it was called The Devil's Advocate, and it was on the back page. So just inside the back cover. And so that would be always the first place I would flip to when that magazine showed up in the mail.
And for all the magazines, that was pretty much the place you wanted to be, was on the final.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The last word.
Easy to find.
Yeah, because, the first few pages are ads, basically. That's where you put the most expensive ads. And so your first story page is somewhere between page 3 to 7. And it can vary depending on how good the ad sales guys were. But the back page was definitely a coveted spot. So, but it made sense because this was a Mac magazine. This was really, I think, the first Mac magazine that was out, and then it eventually got bought by Mac World. But Mac User, I'm pretty sure, was the first one out there. But it made sense for him to be that, because he was like the PC guy that was writing in the Mac magazine. And every month it was an article essentially talking about how the Mac is never going to make it. It's going to fail. And how it's inferior through so many different ways, and how Steve Jobs doesn't know what he's doing. And I mean, it was like every month it was the most fun article to read. in a magazine that otherwise you're going to be reading product reviews and.
Well, it was all Apple evangelizing, and there was then
100%. Yeah.
the other side.
Yeah, it was basically the same thing as if you get on the Teslarati group on Reddit, where you're going to be reading basically opinions of people that didn't just buy the car, but bought the car and joined the religion.
You get a little Elon token to put in your pocket so you can always have it with you.
No, you don't get from Elon. You give to Elon.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
You give Elon all of your cash.
You
Say
give.
thank
Hey,
you.
I speaking of not Elon.
Oh, did you get your X money invite?
No, I didn't get my X money invite. No.
You're not cool enough yet.
But I did put down a deposit for another truck.
When is this one going to be ready? 2045, 2046?
I think 2027 sometime.
Wow, that's soon.
I'm number 15,000 in line, which is not bad. This is not a Tesla I'm talking about. This is a new truck that is not out yet.
It's called the Elon.
No. It's not for Tesla, dude. I'm telling you, it's a. I'm looking up the brand. This is something that.
Wait, are you this upset that Elon didn't get you an invite to X.money and I got it?
Fuck that, man. I'm done with him. Yeah.
No more.
Mm-hmm. Nope. We done. It is. Where's the damn name of the company here?
So wait, you put money down on a car and you don't know who's making it.
I have no idea.
This is like a spaceship.
It's cheaper than a spaceship.
And it'll probably last longer.
I'm 15,500th person in line. And dude named Ben is 15,509th. So he's
Wow,
9
you
behind
both are
me.
joining the same religion.
Well, he sent me a news about it, and I thought I'd beat him to the punch in ordering it.
He's like, Gene, I think I'm going to order one of these. And you're like, fuck you, I'll get one
Too
first.
late. I already ordered one.
Now you're just going to be a follower.
Exactly. Hey, how'd you know? Were you there?
Yes. Yeah, well, you've got the connection going on.
Yeah, obviously.
Somebody's got to monitor what's going on.
Yeah. Have you listened to the latest Just Two Good Old Boys?
I have not.
No. Well, you should.
When did that come out?
Ben was not on it.
Oh, so you're getting rid of a co-host. That's
So I was interviewing another co-host.
OnlyFans girl.
On an audio podcast. What am I, retarded?
That would be the worst business decision ever.
No. I had Native Patriot on as a
Is that a person? I don't know who Native Patriot is.
Oh, you don't follow him on X, really?
No, I don't follow anybody.
Apparently, yeah.
And I was honored. I mean, to be in the less than 1,000 people that John C. Dvorak followed on X. That is a
was there that few?
A huge honor. Yeah, he didn't follow anybody.
Huh.
He liked to block
me.
people.
He followed me because he knew that I would send him wine questions.
And then money when he would answer them, which is always the best way to go. You'd be like, hey, John, I'm at this restaurant here. Here's the wine list. Can you let me know what you think? And you'd be like, I don't see anything in my Venmo or I don't see that yet.
Anyway, Native Patriot, who I'm surprised you haven't seen on X because he's pretty big on there. He was on Tim Pool day before yesterday, and he was co-hosting my show yesterday.
Okay. So what you're saying is he had a quick decline in his career?
Yeah, huge decline in the number of listenership, massive, the biggest decline.
He's like, I'm on Tim Pool. I can get. I mean, I'm assuming there's a few
uplift
million.
For me.
Yeah, a few million people might hear me on Tim Pool, and how many people listen to this show? And Gene's like, well, we don't have exact 5, 6. Oh, the guy's thinking million. That's great.
Yeah, 5, 6 million. That's not bad.
No, just 5 or 6. That's. Oh, you want to be on my popular show? That's called Unrelenting. 8 people listen to that one.
Yeah, 8 people. Right. Exactly. But anyway, so no, I thought that was fun because Ben was busy and then this guy was available. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's time I do something. Instead of always waiting for Ben to be ready to do the podcast. It's almost like he's got a job or something. What the hell, man?
Yeah, people with jobs have a much tighter schedule.
I swear to God.
the way it works.
I need one of those though.
Does anybody want to hire Sir Gene?
I've been wanting one for about 2 years now. At some point, I'm hoping somebody hears my wanting one.
Do you have a company that's about to go bankrupt and want somebody to help you put it fully into the ground? Gene's your man.
I was like, oh, you're doing it? Oh, no, you're not doing it.
Oh, you want to save it? Okay, that's a different thing. That's a different guy. No, he will help you monetize and get your...
I literally turn around companies, dude.
He takes it, he cuts off the fat, he puts you where you need to be.
That's right.
Explains where all the dead weight is. And it's amazing with a lot of these.
I fire the CEO usually.
Well, yeah, because the CEO is usually the highest paid guy doing the least amount of work.
Yeah, and causing trouble.
And if the company is doing well, nobody cares if the CEO is raking in the cash. But if a company is not doing well, you're like, well, now we need to trim the fat. We need to get down. We got to figure out who is moving the company in the right direction, who is moving it in the wrong direction. And a lot of times companies are afraid to, it's not even necessarily downsizing, it is optimizing.
Very good. Oh, I should have you do my marketing.
See, there you go. It's like, this is it.
Quite good.
But everybody always thinks, well, we just need to add more people, or we need to fire.
That is also true. Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah. Hey, things are moving in the wrong direction. Okay, let's move there faster.
Yes, let's bring more people on board and keep the ones that aren't doing the job now. I mean, it's the one thing with more and more tools that come out, and AI is not anybody's savior, but for when tools are coming out that can help people do their jobs more efficiently. Yeah,
like I've now realized you don't really need developers.
Dude.
Holy shit.
It is absolutely true. The video game, the very basic video game that I played around with a few months ago. It's over at planetrage.show/game. We should do one for Unrelenting too, because I got the little pop-up in Grok, because Elon's Grok now has, and I don't know how long it's been around, but it's like, hey, install in your terminal. You could have Grok in your terminal.
Yep.
And this is crazy that you could just point it at the folder. She just opened it up in the folder where these files are for the game and be like, well, the game's a little boring. Can you do this, this, and this? Sure thing, boss. Goes off. It's on its way. And then it just spits out the file right there. That really doesn't even spit it out. It edits the file that's in the folder that you're in. And this thing, from give me more texture on the asteroids to write an instruction page and have that, available on the main thing. Oh, take the text from Planet Rage and make it into ASCII art in green, and do this. Oh, and then put a starfield moving in the background. Everything, it just does it. And I'm sure there are limitations.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's limitations and there's dangers. And one of the dangers, which doesn't matter for your game, but it is yet another layer of abstraction away from what's happening. And you kind of get to the you saw the movie Brazil, right?
I don't know. What was it about? It's a very weird name. Brazil. I
you haven't seen it, have you? Put it on your list, man. Okay. Put it on your freaking list.
AI list Brazil.
Yeah, you need one of those. It is a classic dystopian film. One of the best ever made. There's nothing related to Brazil in the movie except for one song.
So of course it would be the
nothing
name.
To do. Yeah, exactly. It's a Terry Gilliam movie. He also did 12 Monkeys,
which
another great dystopian movie.
I have not seen that either. I'm not sure that's not a surprise.
I would say Brazil first and 12 Monkeys second. 12 Monkeys is...
When did it come out?
Brazil came out, it's probably 30 years ago.
Okay, so it is the 1985 version thing here.
40 years ago.
I know. It's old Gene? No, not at all.
One of my favorite movies growing up, Brazil. It just presents such a beautiful dystopian future.
Explains a lot.
People drive little electric cars and
Robert De Niro as Harry Tuttle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and is that Mona from Catherine Hellman? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hilarious.
A much younger version of her, yeah.
Yeah, oh, I would hope so, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure, let's see, IMDb will tell me where everybody can stream it. You can rent it on Amazon Prime for $3.99.
Mm-hmm. Is it on Hulu?
Otherwise, I'm sure it is totally available on...
oh, yeah. It's guaranteed because it's a movie that all the nerds like. But in that movie, there's a scene, for those of you that have seen it, like Darren, there's a scene where plumbers show up to fix a problem with the heat. And they take off the wall panel to get access. And what you see there is where we're going with computer code, which is to say a big jumble that nobody really truly knows what the hell's in there. And it works as long as you don't fuck with it, but you don't know if it's working right or it just seems to be working right. So again, for this little game you're doing, doesn't matter if you're coding a financial app.
Oh, yeah. That anything, if you have company secrets hidden behind it, sensitive data of your employees or whatnot.
Yep.
Be very bizarre.
Yeah, it's anything that will have a cost of their problems. I would be very careful in. I mean, you could still use AI. You just have to use it for small chunks.
Yes, and it shows you what it's doing.
Humans actually do a code review.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or you just get another AI to do the code review with the first AI.
Oh, no.
It's totally safe. Nothing can go wrong.
No. Well, first get the AIs to count to 100. Then we'll talk about doing a code review.
Well, that's easy. You just ask it to count to 100. Why does everybody think that's so hard?
Have you tried it?
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Gotta use at least 3 AI.
No, you just use one AI. You just talk to it.
No, that's different. You have to use 3 AI.
Hey, how you doing, man? Can you count to 100 for me?
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Hi, I need you to count to 100 for me.
Sure, here we go. 1.
Where's my volume button? Yeah, but it was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is it. Turn on backroom sessions. You keep chatting. Okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Keep chatting. Let's see how that.
It's great. I mean, it's on my
Darren
phone,
gets
though.
a
That's
bill
the problem.
for $1,800.
Hi, can you do that again, please? Can you count to 100? Oh, come on. Here. Hey, please count to 100 for me.
All right. There we go. That's such fun podcast right there.
That's the way you like it.
Yeah. Super fun.
All right. I'll do it.
Oh my God. You
Steady
have
and
that
clear.
stupid laugh thing going on in there? Oh my
2,
God.
3, 4, 5,
See?
6,
Yeah, we get it.
7,
We get it.
8.
Move on.
It will actually count to 100.
You have a no, it won't. You have a flirt mode turned on.
No,
Jesus
it's just
Christ, Dave.
I haven't changed anything in the
it defaults to that. That's the way it's set up.
The chat. That's for the chat GPT. I haven't. I can do the Grok one if you want to hear the Grok one instead, but it'll do
Have
that.
you got the Grok girl on there too?
No, is there? I didn't know. Is there the Grok girl?
You could switch the voice to Annie if you want.
Which I'm guessing Gene has.
No, I don't.
He's named her.
Mine is set to default to a lawyer all the time.
Well, because
no extraneous information. No. Don't say anything that isn't relevant.
This is not legal advice.
Well, no, it does tell you legal advice. I think, unlike me, it's a lawyer.
Grok is a verified, versatile lawyer.
I think Grok has a law degree in South Africa.
Oh, well, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense. But as long as you're using these things and know what you're doing. But yes, I can see.
Yeah, good luck on that.
The bloated code. This is a rerunning. Everything is the same in the world. This is a rerunning of when people were making websites using things like Front Page.
Yeah. Good analogy. Yep. Mhm.
It's like, well, okay, it looks okay, but when you look beneath the surface at the code, you're like, whoa.
It's garbage.
Uh-huh.
It's total garbage. Yeah.
Again, talk about not optimized.
I remember that was actually a selling point for me during the, it would have been probably Y2K era, maybe even a little bit before Y2K, where we would, because I ran a software company back then, and one of the things we did was websites.
Scare people that Y2K was going
And-
to take all of their data and destroy it.
Such a good time. Such a good time. But no, talking about how, you don't want to trust one of these like artsy people that uses front page to do your website. It's going to be total shit, and it's going to look bad if they don't use the right browser, and the alignments are going to be way off. You want to trust actual developers like us to make your site, because it'll actually work no matter who's looking at it. It's
Because
it's like-
then the whole thing came down for having sites that would work across different.
optimized for IE.
Right. Well, it was.
Doesn't work on anything else.
Oh, but it was the screen sizes then when the phones really started taking over from the large.
yeah.
And it was like, well, we want. And for a while, you remember there were actually mobile sites and full
Yeah.
desktop sites. And then somebody went like, this is no good. That's just twice the work for,
It
that's
is.
when all of the whole concept of a site being able to on the fly change what it looked like based upon
Yeah.
the screen resolution.
Yeah, we were doing that shit back then. I was one of the first people to be able to pull down all kinds of data about a person for marketing purposes from their browser. So, like, I don't know, there were different names for it. Some people call it Magic Pixel, but back in the late 90s, I was doing, I had set up a server to do emails, mass market spam to people. I mean, I wasn't spamming them. I don't have a product, but like my clients were spamming, right?
Oh, you were
But
helping spam. That's
they
even
were,
better.
oh yeah. Spammers are
spam
they
adjacent.
they have money. Spammers have money. And so I put the system together that when they sent out the mail message, it would grab as much data about the person reading the email as possible, which back then was a lot. So I could get their screen size, their screen resolution, I could get the name of their audio device. I could get their path and their C drive. I could get a ton of data about the computer just from them opening up the email and reading it.
Yes, all of the fingerprinting kind of data that companies can get today based upon your
Well,
browser.
no, it's all blocked today. You can't get any of this shit today. You're getting very different data today.
Well, you're getting fonts and you still have a certain amount of data that is being.
It's
Pass.
very restricted to the browser. Back then, you could actually pull down a lot of data about their computer, like not just whether it's a Mac or a PC, which I think you could still do, but certainly back then we were doing. But get data about the PC that really shouldn't have been available. I mean, but I would also this would have been in 97. I had written a self-testing security website, which ended up landing me a very nice job after that, where you could go in and it would basically hack you and
For your
give you a
pleasure.
report. It would give you a report. Here's what I can see about your computer. So it was, it was a white hat hacking, right? But it would only work against the computer that you're on, so you couldn't use it to hack somebody else's machine. It would only work for you, except for me, obviously. I could do anything.
Unlike the early days of the cable modems where nobody was running a router
firewall. Yeah,
or a
nobody was running
firewall.
anything.
It was just your computer hooked up directly to the internet.
Well, that's exactly it. In the late 90s, that's what most people were doing. There were very few people that had any kind of firewalls, anything that would actually block certain ports. It was wide open, and including the ports that Microsoft used for file sharing.
Yes.
So those were open on most people. So you didn't even need to use anything fancy like you're doing there with the torrents. You could literally surf other people's hard drives.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was exactly it. If they were in your subnet, so all you had to do was see what your IP was, and that last bit, those last 3 digits that you have available, you could change that. And if a computer was there and on, you would just be accessing their system. It was insane. It would be like you put things on people's desktops, or you could do really anything they had on their computer file-wise, like you said.
Well, yeah, you had access to their computer, and a lot of I'm sure you remember back before you switched to the Mac from the olden days.
The old Windows.
If you get a $$ share, which Windows used to create by default, which was great.
Oh yeah, of course you want to save your main drive.
Yeah, of course.
My fucking Dell. It wasn't the power supply, so the motherboard must have died. So I'm just going to pull the drives out of that thing, and I'm assuming I don't think I turned on the stupid fucking encryption thing. Not that I need any of the data, because I haven't really gone back to there in a year anyway. So anything that's on there could just go away. Yeah. But you see how quick, you see why backups are important, especially now that a lot of these machines they're like, well, would you like to encrypt your hard drive? Well, that sounds like a really good fucking idea, but if you're not going to do backups daily, that could be a very bad thing if your if your motherboard just flakes out, because it's tied to your motherboard. You can't just take that drive, put it into a different motherboard and be like, hey, come back.
Yeah, well, not if it's a boot drive. Right. I mean, you can usually if it's a data drive, but not a boot drive. Because Windows, for a long time now, it lets you change 2 parameters in your hardware at the same time. But if you change more than 2, it thinks you're trying to put it on a brand new computer.
Right, which you kind of are, but it's this fingerprinting bullshit for because you might try to steal Windows that we're not really even selling you anymore anyway.
Well, no, we're giving it away for free now, but you might steal it, so we're not going to let you steal it. Yeah, exactly. It's because I ran into this when I can't remember what I was upgrading. I think I upgraded both my GPU and RAM at the same time, and it gave me a warning saying, "Appears like you have a new computer, but we'll let it slide this time."
You're like, isn't that great? I got faster memory. I got more memory. Isn't this cool?
Yeah. No, sir. You trying to steal Windows? Is that what you're doing?
Please pay the Windows VIG.
One
thing
that I neglected to do for the last decade is buy Windows 10 Pro. And the only real difference between the Pro and the not Pro is the Pro has remote desktop.
Right.
And so I always thought, I don't really need it that bad. It's nice to have, but that's about it. I'm not going to pay an extra $100 for it.
Right. That's what it was. I bought it when I got my Dell. The day I got it, I had upgraded it because of the remote desktop. And it's like, really, you're going to bend me over for $100
for $100 for one piece of software.
To turn on remote desktop, which we know already lives there.
Anyway. Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
Just crippled 100%. It intentionally.
Yeah. So I never did that. Well, now you can't buy 10, so I can't do it even if I wanted to. And it's like, God damn it. But so my choice is either if I want remote desktop, I can upgrade to 11 for free, but then pay $100 to get the remote desktop. But I can no longer stay on 10 and get remote desktop anymore, which I guess I've lived without it long enough anyway, so it's not a huge thing. But it's always one of those things. Every time I travel, I'm like, it'd be nice to just plug in remotely into my Windows box.
Is there a better solution to any of the, because we've got a few bends in the
there are
troll
a few
room.
of them there. Yeah, there definitely are some, but they're not built in. See, the beauty of remote desktop is just the built-in function of it. It's just there.
And I'm sure it's
you can use VNC. I've used VNC before.
Well, for the ease of using it, and I know it's horrible because it's big bad Google, but Chrome remote desktop works really well.
Yeah, Chrome remote desktop does work.
Even on Apple. But, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, just works for my parents when they have a problem and I need to remote in. I'm surprised Apple doesn't have an easy way to remote in either. There's nothing
They
built
do. You
in.
could
Is
use
there?
yeah, there is. You could use VNC to connect to the built-in remote.
You need to figure that out
stuff.
because that would work as well then.
I don't. They don't have, or at least they didn't. I mean, I haven't checked into this for a damn long time, but they didn't used to have a client. You used to have to get VNC first and then connect to. But you just need to run the service on the Mac, but it's built in.
It's a beautiful day. Don't forget your
Is it?
pills.
What's the weather, man?
It's 75 degrees and a little bit overcast today.
It's an 83 and overcast here.
Well, it's going back up to 90s early next week, so I'll take the 70s because I don't like the heat, which is why I don't live in day house.
Yeah, no, I hear that. It's been a warm week. It's been over 100 the whole week.
And did you enjoy the artwork from last week with the female locksmith or cat burglar breaking into the front door? I thought that
I
just
always
said
enjoy
everything.
the artwork. I always enjoy the artwork. It's you've got a I don't know, you might want to think about it professionally. You got some kind of knack for doing shit like that.
Well, I do have noagendaai.com, and you can, if you need AI work done, info at noagendaai.com.
No, you're slowly taking over that whole brand, are you?
noagendaai.com. I had that for a while. Now, of course, the website is not complete, but it was created by AI.
How the hell did you get the outside of my house? That's my question.
Well, it just we
Would you look it up on Google?
No, I mean, there are people that were more than willing to go take photos. So,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
just go into the neighborhood, do that.
It's hard to do that. There's a fence around the neighborhood.
Yeah, well, with the right drones and
Oh yeah, there you go.
safety
The right
is
drone.
really just an illusion at this point.
Uh-huh.
I saw a video, at least a brief one, didn't pay too much attention to it because I don't do websites professionally anymore. But as I predicted, and as we've been talking about with the AI, there is now an actual subproduct, it seems, of ChatGPT, which is Sites, which is one of these things, again, that is built to develop websites just by you describing what you want. So back in the heyday, when I stopped doing this about 10 years ago, it's like you could charge $150 an hour to do work. Now it's like just get an AI.
Yeah. In fact, I was looking at I need to do another company here in Texas spool up, and then I was looking at some sites that help you do that. One of the sites had a free AI based website as one of its benefits.
Well, it makes sense. Like these things like Squarespace, I don't know why they wouldn't include that as a, here's a great way to optimize your vision without just picking a template.
Yeah, because they've all been template based, and templates are okay for people that don't mind tinkering with this stuff and picking colors and fonts and columns and all that crap.
Yeah, and adding CSS unless you want it to look exactly like.
Yeah, like everybody else's, exactly. But that's it's a bigger number than the number of people that just want to do it from scratch, but it's still not as big a number as people that don't want anything to do with making a website and just want one.
Yes. And what you used to explain.
AI websites are going to be more with. Just to interrupt for a sec, I think
you interrupt
where this is all pointing to, and I think you'll agree with me on this, is more and more people not knowing how to do more and more things.
Yes, I agree. This is offloading of the thinking process.
This is next level, next gen offloading of the thinking process to a point where we really are going to be like the morons in all the science fiction that happens when there are robots and AI to take care of you. Humanity reverts into just being permanent children.
Yes, I agree.
Remember, there was an episode of Star Trek back in 68 that they landed on the planet and the people have everything they need, but
it was paradise.
Yeah, it was like paradise, but then I can't remember what the negative side of it was. Like they don't live long or some kind of something bad. So they start looking around. Well, where's the god or whatever they're worshiping? And of course, it was a computer, an AI that was built by the predecessors of those people to give them a great life.
Yes,
It takes care of everything for them.
nothing to worry about.
Obviously, it was around way before Star Trek as well.
Yeah,
This concept that people will effectively invent a parent for all of humanity, but of course the other name for that is God. And so we are getting closer and closer to inventing an actual God capable of doing godly acts, which inevitably will lead to people losing all their technological abilities and start worshiping this God because it can do things that people can't.
well, I'm guessing this is why the people that are good at the prompting of the AI understand the underlying work. If it's code, they understand the artistic vision, and how things interact with each other. They understand what they are trying to do, rather than a lot of people now don't understand the back end, which is why when Adam Curry talked about vibe coding his podcast solution, he knew enough about computers to know what the subsystems were doing and how you could route things, rather than going in with just saying, oh, do this. It's a much different thing. You have to know the details. And as people then go on relying on things like AI and not actually learning about the underlying whatever it is they're working with, that's going to be the problem. Because the AI is a great helper, but it is not a great replacement, which I guess that kind of makes sense. You get total slop from people that don't know anything about songwriting. You can tell they're pseudo songs from the professional songwriters who go in and create something with it.
I always thought the term vibe coding was a derogatory slur.
But you're in a vibe,
people
man.
don't seem to be. Yeah, it's like pick any job that like, yeah, I'm just going to be vibe doctoring.
Yes, going to be vibe.
It's like, yeah, you're a shit doctor. Yeah, you're just going to vibe your way through it. Great. Awesome.
Can you imagine that vibe doctoring? You just go in.
Yeah, we're a year out.
You have a degree, doctor? No.
Nope. But my AI does in South Africa.
I'm just going to put your symptoms right into here. We're going to see what it says. Oh, it says you need emergency surgery.
Whoa. That is literally what doctors do. Don't be going there, man. There's a lot of people relying on salaries for their BMWs right now. Come on.
Got to get, soon you'll be able to just get a full body scan. The AI will do the scan.
And here's why vibe doctoring is still going to work, because they're still all going to use the Latin terms for diseases and body parts.
Oh, well, nobody understands Latin.
That's the reason that they do it. There's absolutely no reason why you have to learn all these Latin terms for everything. Tibia, fibula, all that crap. And other than to not have the masses be able to sound like they know what they're talking about.
Sum est, sumus estis sunt, is it? Conjugating in Latin. I mean, you got to know how to.
Yeah.
I took 2 years of Latin. And
Did you? Yeah, dude named Ben apparently was fluent in that for a while there. But
it's a weird language.
He's not even a Catholic, which makes no sense to me. Like, why, if you're not a Catholic, why the fuck would you do Latin? But
that was it. Catholic high school, like, you must take Latin. You're in the bright. See, that was a bad part of being too smart in high school. It's like, no, we're not just going to give you Spanish. We're going to give you Spanish and Latin. It's like, fuck you.
Well, it's basically the same thing, right?
No, yeah, so close.
I mean, it's closer to Spanish than English.
The guy that taught the Latin class was a Christian brother that was probably like 90 years old. He was as old as the language.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He was funny, though, because he was also the tennis coach /
Oh,
teacher.
no way.
And he would beat the
Just
guys.
for the girls, though, right?
No. There were no. I was an all boys Catholic high school, although we had an all girls Catholic high
Oh,
school
my God.
right next door, which is where Jenny McCarthy went to school. Right next door.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Well, that explains a lot.
Does it?
Yeah.
Chicago,
does.
baby. Then
Yeah,
there was a
yeah,
little
yeah.
place still there, Wojo's. It's right where all the kids from both schools went. A little hamburger joint.
Mm-hmm.
A good time was had by all.
How old is Jenny McCarthy?
She is, I think, 5 or 6 years younger than I am. So I think she's just about
Are you
to
sure
hit 50.
about that? Because she was married to
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, who's 5 years older than we are.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. Women sometimes date
Sometimes,
older guys.
but I guess she did marry for money, didn't she?
I mean, you don't really look at any woman that's over 25. So
Like a normal dude, duh.
you're like, that's just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
She was born, actually, she was born in 1972, so only 2 years younger.
Yeah, there you go. That's what she's literally from our cohort.
See, I didn't think
Of,
we actually overlapped,
classmates.
but I guess I did. So when
So
I
you
was
were in school when she was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You
it
never
was-
caught a peek of Jenny McCarthy on the cheerleader team there?
sadly, no.
Huh.
She was probably doing better things.
You mean, well, who?
Not, comma, me. There.
Exactly.
So
Better
close,
things.
but yet so far, you know?
Yes. At least you had your binoculars. Yes.
Yeah, to be like, what's going on over there?
I liked her back in the day when she was on MTV and stuff. I thought she was pretty funny. I always liked the sort of, the foul mouthed girl next door types
And that seems like what she is. And
with
she, but
really
she
hot bodies.
had some comedic timing, which helped.
Yeah.
And she's not a dumb, I mean, like these OnlyFans girls. Oh,
No,
my God,
no,
McCarthy's
she's
a
not.
Mensa girl compared
Yeah.
to those girls. It's like, no, she was putting it on. That was the difference.
Yeah. Well, she had one movie that I liked that was where she was like the main character, not a supporting actress, which may have been her one and only movie for all I know. But she did have at least one movie where she played like a chick that just broke up with somebody and then had another female friend, and she was like had all kinds of bad luck. But it was funny because it was kind of a quirky comedy where it would typically be about a guy in that situation, but it was with her in that situation. Yeah, kind of think of in the genre of like Something About Mary.
You sure you're not
That
thinking
kind of
about
movie.
Something About Mary?
No. This was if you look at her IMDb, there'll be a movie where she is the main star, and that probably not many others.
There's
Where she was the main
she's got a
actress.
whole ton of credits, believe it or not.
No, she does, but she's always like in a small role.
Yes. She was in a thing called The Stupids, which seems like it would be
Mhm.
perfect. It was in Wings, was in Baywatch. That's not a surprise.
No.
Was in a show called Jenny for 17 episodes. Wait, she had her own TV show. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I don't either.
17 episodes in
Apparently
1997,
it was
98.
not on any channel.
Maybe it was. It's rated a 4.4 on IMDb out of 10. So,
Oh, yeah.
then in Basketball, was in Home Improvement, Diamonds.
Yeah.
She was as Sugar as Jenny McCarthy. Scream 3. Python, a TV movie, a 3.7. Oh, she's in some of these.
Really shitty ones.
Yeah.
Her and Carmen Electra.
Oh, yeah.
That was
yeah.
another chick that was like great body, okay face. I've never really liked that style of face, but okay. But definitely great body and always in the worst movies possible.
And when she was in Just Shoot Me, which is an
that
overall
was a good
hilarious show.
Yeah, it's a totally sarcastic show.
And she comes in as Dennis Finch is old buddy who had a sex change.
Yes, I remember that. She was a dude. Yeah.
So she was.
played a dude.
They were in on the trans thing in the show
Oh, yeah.
in 2002, 2003, whenever that episode
If all the
was.
trans chicks looked like that, wouldn't be no problem.
Gene's like, I'm in.
Yeah,
Line them
dude.
up.
If seriously, I mean, this is the thing that I think made the well, first of all, they are all crazy. Like they all used to be the people that were in the institutions. But aside from that, there's a fairly small percentage of them that are passable as chicks. Most of them look like dudes wearing dresses.
Yes, and they still do look like dudes wearing dresses.
And even worse than that, most of them act like dudes wearing dresses.
Yeah, like shave at least, come on.
And not just that, but just their attitudes like, it's ma'am, not sir. Don't call me sir, call me ma'am. It's like, dude, seriously, you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, they did that. And Rebecca Romaine was in that show as well and played the main
another girlfriend of Finch. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
He got more women in that show than David
did.
Spade than he did in real life.
No, apparently not. I've
Really?
actually listened to his audiobook. That guy was getting all kinds of pussy. Like a lot of Hollywood girls thought he was, small and cute and
Yeah, he looks
cuddly.
like Ellen. I mean, that's what he looks like. I mean, come on.
Yes, he ought to play the next Trojan hero, I think. Yes.
Exactly. He should be I wasn't thinking Ellen Page, but I guess that works as well.
Oh, yeah. Who were you thinking?
Ellen from like the talk show Ellen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant Ellen Page because they're the same height.
Yeah, they are the same build. He could be the warrior princess.
He could be the warrior prince. He could play Xena.
Uh-huh. There you go.
Yeah, the new Xena.
There was a movie called Dirty Love, Dred Scott says.
Yes, that's the movie I'm talking about.
Ooh, Dirty Love sounds like a good movie.
Well, it was on, at midnight, so.
Was that Cinemax?
No, it wasn't on Cinemax. It was on that show that Gilbert Gottfried used to host that showed crappy movies at midnight.
That
You remember
movie?
that show?
No, but the Dirty Love,
Yeah.
3.6 rating.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I thought it was very enjoyable. I highly recommend it. I would watch it. I think there's a scene where she has diarrhea in there.
Oh, well, of course, that would be a very attractive way to go. I mean, today it's in the news. It's explosive diarrhea.
Is that what the thing is that everyone's into these days?
Well, that was the thing going around. And who was the comedian? Was like, it was the guy on Fox. He's like, or they call it in
Fox
Vegas,
and Friends guy?
shooting craps. Yeah, the
Gottfried?
he reminds you of him.
Gilbert?
Does remind you of Gilbert Gottfried a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Gilbert, oh man, that guy. I used to think that guy was hilarious. I mean, the big
He was
war
hilarious.
on, but he was hilarious.
Yeah. Did you get that Stephen Wright video I sent you yesterday?
Yeah, I knew he wasn't dead. Why'd you think
I
Stephen
thought
Wright
he
was
was
dead?
I totally could have swore I would have told you he died 20 years ago.
No, he's still around. He looks like
It's
he might
amazing.
have been close, but he was. I remember getting his. Hey kids, there used to be a thing called vinyl records. I remember getting his vinyl record. It was like a black and white cover, and
he was the master of timing.
Yes,
like always. Like his timing was better than anybody else's.
The deadpanness, and if you could get him to laugh, I mean, that's one of those.
Oh, it's impossible.
You could try to get him to break character. But he was. I mean, it was the things that you were coming off of some very profane comedy that was big, like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and Sam Kinison, and then there comes Stephen Wright with things like, "I spilled spot remover on my dog, and he disappeared." You know, that was the joke.
Yeah. Well, and his jokes required, like thinking.
Yeah, which was not going to work anymore.
Which, a lot of people's, you got the Andrew Dice Clay kind of stuff and the Eddie Murphy stuff. And I don't think Pryor was, Pryor had a dirty live show, but he wasn't really a dirty comedian and anything else.
You mean Eddie Murphy or Pryor? Because Pryor, I think, was
Pryor. Eddie Murphy was dirty,
yes.
but Pryor was a little older, and he was less known for dirty comedy than. But his live shows, like if you went to his live show, it was definitely R-rated.
I mean, he was no Red Fox, but he was.
But then again, so was Cosby. Cosby's live shows were absolutely R-rated, and he was G-rated on TV.
Of course. Well, just like Eddie Murphy, you had him doing the Beverly Hills Cop and that. So he was very mainstream as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember seeing, and it was very toned down because it was a video they put out for Cosby, which was the whole thing about doing cocaine. And, the joke was, he's like, oh yeah, you don't become a different person. Like it just amplifies your personality. And his line was, yeah, but what if you're an asshole? Then I think now about Gene and cocaine, and I wonder how that all worked out.
Gene and cocaine.
Gene and cocaine.
Which Gene are you referring to? There are a lot of Genes that have done cocaine.
You.
I thought you were talking about Gene Simmons.
Of course he did. He just did a long form hour interview with Bill O'Reilly, which maybe I'll watch. It's a 250,000 people watched it on YouTube already. Which is why O'Reilly's doing these things on YouTube, because he realized there's money in views.
Do you think it took him that long to figure that out?
I do, because he's a Luddite. He doesn't understand the social media stuff. I think somebody finally got him to agree to start posting little video clips from his show and then doing a few clips, which I think
that makes more money than the show.
Right. And then I convinced him, like, well, you know what? Here's what you also want to do. Do a special clip that's only over there. Then watch. And he did that. And then all of a sudden he was doing these hour-long interviews with people that popped up. He was the last guy to do a long form interview with Lindsey Graham before he just passed away as well. But he, I think, realized that it's funny because some of these people, and it's sad if you are the ones that don't get the hits, because it's one thing that you can see on YouTube is exactly how many people have watched. You don't get that with podcast. But you see Gene Simmons gets 250,000 views. And Victoria Jackson of Saturday Night Live fame, it was like 45,000. Like, yeah, nobody wants to see those. You can tell.
No.
Based on the personality.
Well, she's not 24 anymore, is she?
No, and I didn't even. You want to talk about thinking Stephen Wright was dead? Does she still
have a cute voice?
I didn't watch that, so I was one of the.
That's one thing I was like. Yes, she was very mid all the way around. Face was mid, body was mid. But her voice was very cute.
It had a very weird little thing going on.
It was sort of a
little girl
Marilyn
voice,
Monroe-ish type kind of
higher
little girl voice.
And it's like she was funny back in the day, but it's very much like Stephen Wright. You're like, I thought he was dead. It's like, when have you seen Victoria Jackson last?
1992.
Yes, like whenever the last time she was on SNL. That's kind of.
She's been in some movies. I've seen her in movies with Andrew Dice Clay, I think.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
Oh.
He was good in Entourage.
He was good in his own show. Did you watch his own show?
I think so.
Andrew Dice Clay show that probably 5-6 years ago, 7-8 years ago.
Oh, maybe not. There was one that recently.
Yeah. It's like a self thing where he's playing himself, basically. The thing that I liked about it is that he very much, I think, plays the version of himself that is way closer to reality, where he's, his character is very nonchalant, fuck the world, I'm top G kind of thing. And the character he plays in his own show is like a neurotic Jew, where he's worried about all this stuff. And then my manager's ripping me off. And, I think they booked the wrong room. And, what am I going to do? It's it's a very it's fun to watch that, I think, because it's still a character, right? It's obviously not a documentary about him,
Right. It
but
made it
it's a
13 whole
character-
episodes.
Yeah, it was one season. Nobody picked it up. Nobody watched it except for me.
But it was a 7.4, so that's at least a better rating than Jenny McCarthy had.
Yeah. What year did that come out?
That was right after he was on Entourage, 2016 to 2017.
Yeah, so probably his management said, "You better capitalize on this shit, man.
Yeah, people just saw you in Entourage. They like it.
They love you. They love you. They're gonna watch you do a whole new show now for the next 6 years." Yeah.
Entourage. That will never be beaten as far as buddy comedy gold.
Not really comedy though.
But it is. It was.
Buddy drama.
Johnny Drama. Oh my God. Johnny Drama was the best character ever in a.
He was. I think that's
sitcom.
really, he was the main character.
Uh-huh. I mean-
Everybody else was supporting the actor character. What was his name? Chase. Johnny's brother.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the shittiest actors they could have possibly picked, which makes sense because he's playing like this guy who's getting shit that he clearly doesn't deserve to get. The rest of the guys I thought were good. Turtle was a typical stupid friend.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got one of those. And the guy that like
Well,
makes
and
you
let's
laugh and you kind of feel sorry for.
Well, let's just point out if your group doesn't have a turtle, you
You're
might,
the turtle.
might be the
Yeah,
turtle.
right. Exactly.
You're like, no, our group doesn't. Oh, ooh, yeah, about that. Yeah, Eric Murphy though I always liked him.
It was good.
Even though he was the short little
he was
Irish
the only-
guy.
He was the only one that had a real job before this. He managed the pizza parlor.
Yeah, he was the
rest
hustler.
of them were like slackers.
Yes,
And he was like, he had to be talked into being a manager.
right. Like, and everybody was like, "Why are you doing this? Well, he's too big of a star for you to." There was some great stuff built into that show.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Dillon, yeah, he stole the show
He did.
as the
He really
brother.
did.
And
Yeah.
the head actor, Adrian Grenier.
Which wasn't much of a stretch given whose brother he was.
True. He knew the bit.
He knew how to play the brother.
Uh-huh.
The brother to the famous guy.
But now Adrian lives out by you somewhere in Texas and is like a hippie running some farm thing.
That's wild.
He did a Hallmark movie not that long ago. Because that's what you do.
I guess when you're a shitty actor, what else are you going to do?
You move to Austin.
You know who I just
buy
realized
some
lived
land.
here that I didn't realize lived here until I saw his ex post about JCD?
No.
Jason Calacanis.
Jason Calacanis lives out there by you.
He lives right here. Yeah. We're literally neighbors. This is
He's like
crazy. I didn't know he was here.
He's 2 houses away. He said,
Yeah,
don't tell
I know,
Gene.
right?
Don't tell Gene I'm over here. Fuck that guy. I don't like him.
Oh, no. I think we only met once. I don't think he would know me from Adam.
He seems like a good guy.
I mean, he would know me from Adam Curry, but he wouldn't know me from any other
like,
Adam.
you're much shorter. You got a beard, no hair. What can I say?
Uh-huh.
Totally
Exactly.
different look. Uh-huh. Totally different look.
But he must have also escaped California to come out here at some point.
Well, you
He
have
wrote
to.
a very nice little note to JCD. That's a lot of people wrote very nice little notes.
And you have to leave California. I mean, my buddy Larry, he, of course, got out of California. I mean, there's enough people that you know personally that have moved out that it's like, I can only imagine the true number of people that have exited.
Dude, a third of Austin moved here from California.
I believe it.
Literally a third.
I believe it. Probably over the last 10 years or so.
Oh, yeah. It all started during COVID. So basically, anybody that was in California, even if they're liberal, but who didn't like the COVID restrictions, they all apparently heard, well, the closest place to here is Austin, Texas, because it's still a liberal city, but it's got all these high-tech companies in it, so it's got a lot of Californians there anyway.
Well, and you have a
So they
city
moved.
that is make Austin weird is kind of the slogan, right? I mean,
It
that's
used to be. No longer.
Really? What
That
is it
used
now?
to be the slogan. They got rid of that when all the Californians moved here. They didn't like that. Yeah, we used to be like the twin city of Portland. So Portland was also had a make Portland weird thing going.
Well, okay, Portland is obviously still very weird.
It is totally weird. When I used to work in Portland, the flight from Austin to Portland is the only flight I've ever been on where there are more men with beards than men without beards. Every other flight I take, there's usually a handful of us, maybe 5, 6 people with beards. Everybody else doesn't have a beard. But flying back and forth to Portland, it was like Beard Airlines.
It was like right. It was like a cult.
Yeah, because like in Austin, over half the men have beards. It's like if you want to blend in, you have a beard. You don't have a clean shaven face. And the same thing with Portland.
Well,
and
they all think they're
Portland's-
lumberjacks up there. What's the excuse
They
in
do.
Austin?
Yeah, well, they used to, yeah. But then when I go to the lumberjack bar here in Austin next to my house,
You have a bar called the Lumberjack?
yeah,
It's a gay bar, right?
no, it's not a gay bar.
Everybody's dressed in the plaid and
Plaid,
Blue jeans.
and jeans, yeah.
carrying
That's
an
what everybody
axe.
dresses in.
That's not
Pretty
an
much.
axe.
Yeah. No, and another place that's here that's right next to me that I haven't gone to and keep meaning to go we have the X Bar, which is a bar with drinks where you also have axe throwing.
Oh, it's a Lizzie Borden theme.
Don't know what that is, but okay.
Whoa, really?
What's a Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden was a woman that I think slaughtered her parents with an axe.
Oh, not familiar with that movie. Okay.
No, I don't think it was a movie. I think it's a
And that was like, did we finally find something that you watched that I didn't?
the history, I guess. The world.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lizzie Borden is not the history of the world.
No.
Was she Irish?
She was an American woman tried and
From Ireland?
acquitted of axe murders of her father and stepmother back
So she
in the...
did nothing,
in the-
literally.
Did she? Or
I
didn't
mean,
she?
that's what acquitted means.
Yeah. What did OJ do?
So, okay. So some random woman, basically. Okay. got
No
it.
one else was ever charged in the murders. She spent the remainder of her life in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Okay. The weird non sequitur, but
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the axe bar, you have axe throwing, which I used to do in real life when I was a kid because I would be the one to chop the wood for the family fire. And so, when you're chopping wood, sometimes you want to fuck around with the axe a little bit.
I mean, you
So
got
you
it.
start throwing it. Yeah.
You see, you can get
And-
better accuracy, all that kind of thing.
But the last time I think I threw an axe was at Ren Fair about right around COVID time. Must have been the last Ren Fair before COVID is my guess. Because I usually will do like axe throwing stuff in places that have it. But there's literally a bar close to me and that does it. And I keep thinking I should go to it at some point. But going to a bar when you don't drink is also weird.
You're like, give me a water and 3 axes.
Water and
please.
an axe. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I've heard weirder things, to
You
be
take
fair.
this shit serious, do you?
Yes, I do.
I'm just here for the axes.
You can't be liquored up and have a good accuracy with your axe throwing.
Right. I mean, I would imagine that would be the case. It is sort of a weird to have. It'd be kind of like having a gun range where, well, never mind. My old gun range used to have drinks as well.
Do shots between every round of.
I guess that is a thing. Well, only in the VIP area though. The normal gun range portion for non-VIP members, you cannot have drinks in. In the VIP room, you can smoke a cigar and have a whiskey and then go shoot your 6-shooter.
Was that all you could bring? Was your 6-shooter? What if you had something with
Well,
more?
no, I mean, you can bring more. You could bring whatever you got. I'm just saying, colloquially,
Gotcha. That was the
if you're
the
shooting
concept.
a revolver, that would be called a 6-shooter. Usually, yeah.
Yeah. If it had
So
6.
there are plenty of revolvers that have more than 6 rounds. Now.
I know. Some people don't know that. And there were some that only
Mm-hmm.
had like 3 in the early ones. Very weird.
Yeah. It's and I think I don't remember how many the judge had. That was one that I remember. It was one of the first guns that Adam got when he got Texas, was the judge.
Yeah, not only, but that was the famous episode of Twit where JCD was on it. Adam was remote. Remember that?
And
Leo
he pulled out his gun. Yeah. That's what got Adam banned from Twit.
Right. Leo's like, how do you like Texas? Everybody out there have guns? And Curry's like, fuck yeah. And then pulled out the gun. And I think Leo wet himself a little bit.
Yeah, Leo thought Adam was literally going to shoot him through the air.
Through the internet.
From a different state. Yeah.
Through the monitor. Well, liberals like Leo get very scared aggressive. Very early. Yeah. I remember that distinctly. Yeah. That was hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was genuinely hilarious.
No, he wasn't expecting. Leo was not expecting. Like everybody there have guns, and it was like within like a quarter second. It seemed that it was in the frame. Like,
yeah.
Of course, everybody has a gun. That's why everybody's way more polite when everybody has a gun.
Yep.
That's how it works.
That is true. That's probably why Austin's the least polite of all the cities.
Yes. They're like, a bunch of people without guns.
There's plenty of people with guns, but a lot of the Californians have not yet bought into the guns.
We don't know. We're in Texas. I'm like, isn't there a lot of things you might want to shoot with guns that aren't humans that might be dangerous, like rattlesnakes? Although you'd have to have really good aim, I guess, to shoot a rattlesnake, right?
Why would you shoot a rattlesnake? They're just minding their own business, man.
Until you walk into their dojo and then...
Don't be walking into their dojo. Leave them alone.
That would be smart because they do not want you there.
They don't. They make noise to tell you that they're there. Like, how many other predators are nice enough to warn you ahead of time that they're there?
It was interesting. I saw that somebody did a study recently where they took speakers down by riverbanks where bears normally go to feast on salmon and noticed that playing various human sounds, even just low human talking, kept the bears away from the area.
Wow, so they know enough not to come by. Interesting.
Yes, but it's also now it's going to be like, oh no, you're ruining their habitat in the...
Oh, totally. They shouldn't be doing that. I agree.
Humans shouldn't even be in the area.
I subscribe to a couple of, not just one, but several channels on YouTube that are bears eating salmon.
I'm not surprised by that.
I mean, it's literally just a full-time channel.
Bears eating salmon.
Yeah, they're both from Alaska. I think there is one from Washington State, but it's seasonal. The Alaska ones, the bears are just, it's just like, anytime you want to watch bears eating salmon, just turn it on. And it's really cool because they catch them with their paws and their mouth. It depends. Like they're fast enough, but the bears will walk across an area where the river goes up a couple of feet or down, depending on the direction, right? And then they'll just kind of sit there and look at the water to see when they see a salmon. And I guess they know what a salmon that's getting ready to jump looks like, because they get ready for it. And then they'll either swipe it with its paw and then stand on it and then, eat it with their mouth while they're holding it. Or they'll literally catch it with their mouth and then use their paw to kind of push it out of their mouth and hold on to it while they're eating it. It's very cute.
See, I thought you meant something totally different when you said you like bears.
What else possibly could I mean?
Ask Omega Project. He'll clue you in if you're not sure.
I don't know, man. You're the expert at gay bars. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Hey, that's where all the fun goes down. It's where they play YMCA, right? And everybody dances. And
No. They play YMCA Trump rallies. And I'm pretty sure that's not at a gay bar.
I don't know. They kind of appear. It might be that people think it's the same thing.
Yeah, well, Mike Lindell's at both of them, so who knows?
Trump dances like he's at a gay bar.
Trump dances like a white man. Come on.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very
he
white man.
enjoys it, clearly, because he's happy to dance. But
and the best way to dance is to not move your feet at all.
Right, exactly. Uh-huh.
It's way safer to just move your arms.
The way Trump dances is the way that every junior high school kid at the junior prom, boy, is dancing, trying to get close to a girl.
Yeah.
Like, don't be making any big moves with your feet. Just kind of shuffle around a little bit and move your arms and flailing. But each step gets you just an inch closer.
Omega Project describes it as big with hair and loves raw meat. I mean, I think that is Gene. Just
I
saying.
do like raw meat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a few people to thank for today's show,
Okay.
including a brand new monthly that's coming in from Steve E. I think that's what he likes to go by. He's donated to other shows before, I believe, or if my memory is working right, came in with $10.80.
Nice.
And that's monthly. So, I mean, he likes this show enough.
Well, that's the first month. Let's not, get ahead of ourselves here.
True. There has to be a month number 2. You can always just, like on Patreon, when back in the day where they didn't charge you until the end of the month.
Right.
That was the biggest scam ever on Patreon,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was join, download all the content.
Access.
Right.
Yep. Cancel.
Cancel before the end of the month. At least they figured that one out, which is, we're charging you up front now. So much better. But thank you, Steve. It's appreciated. Our buddy Mark Kodra, who needs some more of that health karma, battling cancer, came in with his $3.33 as he does every show.
That's awfully nice of him.
Our buddy Scott Codswallop over in the UK with his show donation of $2.50. Nice of him as well to think of us and to hang out and hear the conversation. And then what was $3.33 when it came in, allegedly, according to CSB. He wants to know, how is your Ozempic going? Details, please. Didn't we talk about this on the last show, CSB?
I thought we kind of talked about the Ozempic thing. I mean, once you start doing it, there's not a whole lot of things to do other than rinse and repeat.
Have you had a massive change over the last week, Gene? Is all the weight off?
Have I lost a shit ton of weight in the last week? No. The weight loss rate that I've seen in the first 2 months is about 10 pounds a month.
Which is not bad.
So I got like 5 more years to go and it'll be perfect.
And then you'll finally be 250 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's shooting for right there.
No, I think 10 pounds a month is a very healthy way to lose weight before, because there is such thing as too fast, too much,
Yes. Oh, yeah, your body is going to react no matter how you're losing the weight if you all of a sudden drop massively. We see people on hunger strikes and stuff like that. Sure, you could lose the weight, but your system's going to go,
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of the people that are saying that, Ozempic's horrible and it's causing all these problems, I think that's the issue, is they're losing it way too fast. Like, you lose the sense of hunger. Like, you're just never hungry when you're on Ozempic. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't ever eat. It just means that you should eat when you consciously remember, I haven't eaten today, I should eat some food. And not just go, if I don't feel hungry, it means I just never have to eat again. So it's it's just a switch. Because normally, like, I think for a lot of people, you don't really think about food consciously, and then you start kind of feeling some grumbling in your tummy, and you go, okay, I should go get a burger. But with Ozempic, you just don't get that feeling ever. So there's just no hunger at all.
Cotton Gin has a message for CSB. He says, just eat normal size portions. Yeah. And stop drinking
not really
booze and soda.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you could eat very small size portions and then drink a lot of beer.
Yes.
And it's going to be tons of calories from liquids.
Booze and soda all
so much
turns
about portions
into sugar, which sugar turns into fat. And
yeah. Well, it all depends on why you're doing it. Like, I'm actually diabetic, have been for many, many years. And so Ozempic was originally a diabetic drug because it helps with blood sugar.
Yeah, but
then they noticed that it also makes you not be hungry. And now it's really seen as kind of a weight loss drug, but that's a secondary function of it. just like Rogaine was a heart drug. It lowers your blood pressure, but they noticed it makes people grow hair. And so then it got remarketed as a hair growth thing. And instead of a drug, it became topical solution. But originally, Rogaine was a blood pressure lowering thing.
Yeah, the
Viagra, same kind of story. Viagra was also a blood pressure medicine.
Oh, it changes your
then
blood flow.
Yeah, then they noticed the blood goes somewhere else. And they're like, ooh, this is more lucrative to sell it as a, an aid to exercise activities type things. So a lot of drugs have secondary functions. And
well, yeah, the list of drugs that were discovered accidentally is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Which is great on one end, but it should also scare the living bejesus out of people. Because it's like, well, what they were trying to invent was something that would grow hair, and what they ended up inventing was something that made you not hungry. Very, you don't know. They're playing God, and sometimes it works out. And
well, that's how frontal lobotomies were invented. They were just trying to get women to shut the fuck up.
Have some leeches. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, leeches actually work.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Leeches have, they have medicinal purposes to them.
And I also want to thank Dreb Scott, who came in with a 10,000 Satoshi boost, who says in the morning.
What is 10,000 Satoshis these days? $6?
I think, let me look at trading.toys, a CSB project. I remember when it was like $1 was 1,000 sats, and life was so beautiful right at that point. But then that went away. As people move away from the Satoshis, we appreciate the people that still have Satoshis. Give all of your
when did we decide we're going to stop accepting them?
Let's see, 10,000 is $6.41.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I haven't shut down the node yet. As long as the node's there, it's not
all right.
Not a big deal.
Yes, I hope you haven't shut it down because you haven't transferred them to me yet. So
don't worry, Gene. They're all safe inside this Raspberry Pi that will never turn on again.
Yeah,
but they're in there. It's fine.
Yeah. I have already got sats like that. I got Bitcoin like that. I don't need more.
The nice guys over at Voltage, they got you good.
Voltage made good money off of donations to me, man. I got about $1,000 worth.
The lightning thing as far as podcasting seems to be
it's done
on the wane, but on the bright side, Elon's X.com money is out now.
Everybody should use that. Use X money, everybody.
I've got it. Gene doesn't have it because Elon doesn't like Gene enough yet. He was not cool enough to get an X.com money account. But
It's alphabetical, dude. What are you talking about?
So if you've got X money and you want to donate, you can just do it over on X. You can just send me money. Send me money.
It's the best way to do it.
It's Elon's new thing. He's getting back to his PayPal days.
You can do it for free because Elon will pay for the first $25 of your donations.
Yes, that's absolutely true. $25 free in the account.
Yep.
If you get the invite.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Which everybody has to get it at some point here, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's in my email. I just haven't looked. I, haven't really bought. Too busy.
It'll get there any day. And I'm looking at X. No beret. I don't see anything in X. He's like, Darren and Gene, look at X for a message. I'm like, there's nothing in X from you anyway. I've got so much JCD love scrolling in X. It is. There's tons of JCD love.
He was a good guy. So,
the amount of people that are just coming out of the woodwork. Yesterday's live, no agenda. The crowd was about 3 times what it has been recently. People were staying for the whole 6-hour show. I mean, there were more people that were
Did it go that long? I only listened for a little while.
There were more people at the end than there have been averaging lately. I think there was still like 1,500 or 1,600 people at the end of a show that was that long. JCD definitely left his mark. He was actually 80 years old, which I thought was the ultimate fun troll. And for everybody that complained when JCD would say donations were down or that they needed a little bit of help. He left $6 per donation on the table for his last birthday donation because that was billed as his 74th birthday. And it was actually his 80th birthday.
Yeah.
So everybody that donated the $74, you got to up it. Just seems like the way you got to do it.
Okay.
Your wine guy's gone now, though. What are you going to do?
I know. I no longer have a wine guy. I realized at some point they're all going to disappear. I had to go buy some caviar real quick just to make sure that I still have the caviar guy working. But yeah, it's a sad day, man. I mean, the good thing is I don't drink anymore. So
you got less wine questions.
Net result is no difference, but still, it's sad to lose a wine guy.
Yeah. A guy who brought so much fun. Really, the amount of people who said that pretty much JCD had been with them their whole adult life, from reading the columns through. I distinctly remember those early shows when it had to be Cranky Geeks when he would do the Letterman throwing the card thing. And it was just so cheesy, but it was hilarious. He could pull it off.
Well, cheesy is a very good descriptor of him.
Yes. Very serious at times, but he knew how to work the crowd.
He did. He was definitely a showman. He had figured out a long time ago that he could punch above his weight by utilizing the crowd. And I got to be friends with Eric DeSchill years and years ago. And so every time I would go up to Seattle area there where my parents lived, I would end up meeting Eric for coffee, and then we'd hang out and do some stuff. And he was full of these stories of him and John when they were in Vegas. So Eric's nickname of the Shill, I didn't know this at the time, had nothing to do with No Agenda. It had to do with his role with John in doing exactly what we're talking about. So John would be at some kind of conference in Vegas and take Eric with him. And Eric's job would be to be the planted guy in the audience to ask the leading questions or to bring up a topic or to essentially, he was there to make sure that John got to do the speech or give the answer that John wanted to get out there. He was a shill. That's what a shill is. It's somebody you plant in the crowd in order to, pretend.
But wait, sir, what do you mean by that?
Exactly. That sounds amazing. Do you know where we can buy some of those?
Exactly. Every snake oil salesman ever had one.
Yeah. Yeah. So John would go and peddle his vinegars and, all kinds of things. But so Eric, he has a lot of these stories. He also is very antisocial. And so I don't think you'll ever get him to, I tried getting him on the podcast for a long time for Sir Gene Speaks, and he had zero interest in it. But as I got to know him more and more, I remember when we first met, he said, "What's your deal?"
That's a good question. I'd like to know that as well. What is your deal?
It's a very generic question. It's like, what's my? I'm a No Agenda producer. What do you mean, what's my deal? There's no deal. What deal? What are you talking about? So we got to know each other, and he's Finnish, first of all. So that if anyone knows what a Finnish personality is like, you have a good idea what Eric's personality is like. So kind of, very not necessarily trusting of others.
Don't blame them there.
Yeah, but not just, it's not paranoid. It's just more of trusting yourself way more than you trust anybody else kind of personality. But either way, he had spent a lot of time with John over the years, and he was obviously helping with the back end of the No Agenda stuff for quite a while. But he was also doing programming. He had a project where he started a technology teaching thing for the local school system, because the kids there weren't, I guess, getting a whole lot of technological education. So he had started putting together a program for that and working with the school system. So he was a good guy. Kind of a big Viking looking dude. But relating to John, it was, I don't have a specific story to tell you, because it was always just sort of moments that would come up in conversations, but I know there was a lot of fun little bits like that he talked about in his days of traveling with John.
Well, yeah, I like the story yesterday that somebody told, I'm blanking on who it was, about John doing the convention thing in Vegas for the tech thing, and then getting the heads of whatever these companies to buy them dinner. And he's like, the one time he's like, it was like $8,000 in wine that Dvorak ordered at the dinner. It's like, well, of course, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If they're paying the bill.
Yeah. No, and that's what he was very good at, getting invited to things, primarily for the benefit of the food and drink. And I think this is where this is the differentiation in my mind. So as somebody who is always a technology lover, like I always liked tech. I always liked computers. I learned to program as a little kid. I always got the sense that John didn't actually like computers. He didn't like technology.
Well, it would make sense on a lot of the things that he put out there.
Yeah, he was like a journalist that was writing in the field of technology, not a technology enthusiast who learned how to be a journalist. Right. If that makes sense.
Where you hear the stories of Adam playing around with Gopher and doing some coding stuff.
Oh, yeah. Adam was way more of a geek. Absolutely, 100%. Adam got into being on the radio by building a radio. It wasn't actually Radio Shack, but it was whatever the Dutch version of Radio Shack. Build your own radio kit.
Right. You might get a mile out of it. Right.
And then he was totally geeking out on that stuff. So he's perfectly happy soldering things, not just, programming. And I don't think Adam would ever call himself a developer or programmer or anything like that, but he's always been a tinkerer. He's perfectly happy learning new languages, new things, and just enough to be able to kind of putz around with them. And that's the way that he initially made podcasting, is by kind of kludging Apple script, which was built in at the time into Macs to do some automation, and then using FTP or Apple script to control FTP to download audio files, and then putting them into iTunes. I mean, that is the most basic, early versions of podcasting.
Yes. How do you make it seem like the magic of radio, but not live streaming?
Well, there was no live stream because it would take you longer than 10 minutes to download 10 minutes.
But that was the answer, to have it drip through at night.
Yeah.
And by the morning, you're like, hey, it's here. It's magic. I mean, I remember those days.
Listen to. It's more like a VCR than radio, I would say. But
I mean, kids, let me just point out to you, as the old man here, in the early days of the internet, downloading a very shitty MP3 version of an album took an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like now you can download a high-res 8K movie in minutes.
Yeah.
It took an hour to download one crappy MP3 album. The bandwidth that is here now has changed everything, including broadcast, which people don't give that enough credit for it, whether you're talking YouTube or Rumble or any of those. The fact that the average person can now do a live video stream from anywhere in the world is insane. Well, almost anyways. Hey, if you got Elon's, you got an Elon disc.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
We can go out in the middle of the Congo and do a show.
Yeah. It's
off of Gene's nice luxury yacht.
Oh yes, please. I'd love to have one of those.
Gene's getting out there. He's out on the Caribbean. What's the yacht called? 25 and under?
That's a great name.
You're welcome.
That is a great name. Yeah.
You know, I mean, Adam talked about the starting of No Agenda, and his goal was pretty much just to make Dvorak laugh. It's like, that's pretty much the goal of this show. I mean, it's you and me trolling each other.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I've said this about both my podcasts is that both of them started exactly the same way, which is phone conversations with the person I'm talking to right now. And either you or I or Ben at some point said, hey, we should record this.
I just really wanted to stop the random phone conversations and put them all into one time slot.
Exactly.
Hey, let's do this on, let's say Friday.
Hey, let's talk again. Maybe next week we'll talk again. Right. Yeah. How's that? That sounds great.
We'll schedule it in. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's a, I think this is a podcast style I like to listen to, but it's also obviously a podcast style I like to do because it doesn't require any prep work, which is always a plus. But B, I get two things out of the way. We record a podcast and I get my conversation with you done in the week.
And it harkens back to the fun days of radio.
That too. Yeah. Because I always was a big talk radio listener.
Right. You never knew what you were going to hear. And it was possible over a 2-hour period. There was going to be 8 conversations anyway, 8 different topics or more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Not like, oh, well, today we're only talking about this.
Yeah. I like the more free form stuff. And certainly some podcasts and some radio shows back in the day had particular topics that they mostly focused on, but it wasn't like it, if you're going to be listening to what was that radio show in the middle of the night talk
Art
about
Bell.
alien stuff, Art Bell, like you expect if you're listening to Art Bell you're going to have alien talk.
Yes.
You'll have Whitney Schreiber on or something, but you doesn't mean that you didn't have other conversations on there that people called in on, or even other stuff that Art Bell talked about. It has always been. I remember the first time I went to a studio and I had to take a picture. I was like, "This is so freaking cool."
To which studio?
Art Bell.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it out in the middle of the desert?
Yeah. It's next to Pahrump,
A little shack.
Nevada. Shack-ish. It's a little bigger than the shack, but yeah, definitely shack-ish with a chain link fence around it.
In the movies, when you see the representing of like the 1950s radio station, which was just
it literally is a shack underneath an antenna.
Yes, like this is it. And there's somebody inside spinning albums, baby.
Mm-hmm.
The only radio studio I was ever in was for the Loop FM 98 here in Chicago. And that was an interesting day. And that's when I realized that podcasting wouldn't be any problem because I was well aware. It was the first time I've ever used a RE20. That was the microphone they were using, baby.
That is. That's what every radio station used. Yeah.
And it was on with Johnny B in the morning. who was the original, crackpot and buzzkill, Johnny B. Buzz Killman, doing the sports, which basically meant they gave me a sheet of paper with the sports news on it because that guy was out and they did some kind of contest. You could be the guy to go in. And I just remember kind of like sitting there in the little green room, then going in. And Johnny B., always a hilarious dude, was just like, don't worry, only 1 million people listening. Don't, mess it up. It's like, but it didn't bother me. Because, I think it would have been a way bigger difference, like standing in front of a few thousand people. But the radio thing, no, it's like this. That's not real. There's no pressure for that. That's just fun. You can just talk and say whatever you want. And
it
seemed like a fun gig. Although I knew very few people made money at radio.
Did you notice the smell inside the booths?
What was it, dude? This was at I'm not remembering what floor, but it was high up in the John Hancock Center. This was luxury at its finest. I'm telling you, this was a large studio. Oh,
because they were owned by the Tribune.
The Loop, I don't know who they were owned by. I don't know. That was WGN was owned by the Tribune.
Yeah.
The Loop was a big rock station. Then it acquired an AM station. So I think I was simulcast on AM and FM at the same time. And again, it showed because I should have been going to work at that point. I was working at my buddy's carpet store up in Mount Prospect, Illinois. And went on the air. And by the time that I got into work after doing because this was in the morning, doing the news, the sports coverage, the boss had already heard from like 10 people that he knew, like, oh yeah, I heard your guy on the radio, man. That's
funny.
Yeah.
It is surprising how many people hear you. So, a station that I really kind of first found RE20 in was the Patriot, which was part of the network of conservative talk radio AM stations. Probably, so I was still living in Dallas, so it would have been in like around 2010. And I ended up meeting the general manager of the station at some event, and he invited me to come over for a tour and stuff. And this was a good sized station. I think they had like 12 booths. So they were able to do multiple hosts at the same time
and record your bits and your commercials.
But I noticed that the RE20 was in every booth. And I was like, what is that? It's a lecture voice. Like, I've never heard of that. And so that's when I first started researching those microphones, because prior to that, the mic that I was using was the one that I saw Howard Stern using. And so I picked up the what was that mic?
One of them really expensive condenser microphones.
Yeah. The German one. The hell the brand on that is the
Neumann.
Yeah,
Hello,
Neumann.
Neumann.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I picked one of those up because Howard was using it. Did not make my voice sound any better.
You didn't sound Howard-esque.
I didn't sound like Howard-esque. I didn't expect it, but I thought, well, maybe the sound coming out here is I'm going to get a sound that I like more. It was not the case. The RE320 is the one that I'm on right now. It's the one that I like the sound of my voice on the most of all the mics I've tried over the years.
Nick the Rat's RE320 just died on him.
Really? That's a rare occurrence, man.
He's like, it worked and then it didn't.
Yeah. The only guy I know that's killed those is Adam Curry.
Well, enough traveling and bouncing them around. And now I know the RE20, probably the 320 similar. The one thing that goes bad is the foam inside, because they do have, although I think there's less than the 320 for the plosive rejection.
I've got the external foam.
Dry out, and there's things you can do to replace that. So I'm aware of that.
Yeah, you can untwist the top and get access to it.
I use the external foam too. I just like it because it keeps you from actually having your lips touch the microphone
spit
when you're trying
on the mic. Yeah, right. Exactly. I'd rather spit on the foam and then wash it, or even just buy a new one every few years, and not a big deal.
Yeah, I love how the foam for these, because it's a very specialized, it's for the RE 32020 and the high little fit, but they charge you $25 for the foam.
Oh yeah, I think it's more than that actually.
You want to buy one for a normal size microphone? Oh, that's we'll give you 20 of them for $3.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you have one of the nice microphones. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Well, it is a thicker density foam than normal microphone foam.
Yes, you have to adjust.
Yeah.
That's why you got to turn up the high end, because otherwise it closes it in.
It certainly does, which is one of the things I like that it does.
Well, yeah, if you have a higher, more nasally,
some of that
right
high end, yeah.
It kind of offsets that and brings you more into the AM land.
Yeah, exactly. So I like it overall. I think it's decent mic. But anyway, we're talking about the radio stations and Adam Curry,
Christian, a bunch of booths. When you first saw the RE20,
yeah. No, I think I'm done with that. With the whole.
Have you exhausted your train of thought? Is it derailed?
Yeah, I think so. I was like, we're drifting. Where are we going here?
Have you never heard this show before?
No, amazingly, I've seen the pictures on the album cover card, but
and that brings people in. They're like, "Oh, what's this all about?"
Oh yeah, well, some hot girl show? Nope.
Yeah, there's plenty of hot women on this show. You just haven't heard them yet.
Yeah. No, it's totally.
But the technology behind all this stuff is the fun. I mean, I was really more into that than actually doing the shows, because that's work. But it's like, getting a microphone and how do we record this and how do we broadcast this and then how do we add clips in? How do we add sound effects? How do we do all of this stuff? Which is why for a brief moment it was fun using Blog Talk Radio. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Where they would have the phone numbers, so they would basically be
such horrible quality.
Oh, dude, it was like
god awful quality.
It was the worst audio quality you can imagine. I'm not sure they ever even updated that. It was part of their thing, and they would charge you an arm and a leg, but it was
and you'd have all kinds of semi-famous people using it,
right? Because it was an easy way.
Why?
Easy way to take calls without having to spend money. That's the only reason. We said this show should probably be a call-in show every now and then, because it would be hilarious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We'd have to get a longer time slot, but yeah.
Billy Bone says, does the artwork make this show a catfishing show? Yes.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
No two ways about it. Mm-hmm.
Have you not figured that part out yet? They see a hot woman, the guys go, whoa. Going to tune into this. Maybe I can give you one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, usually you'd think like it's either going to be a hot woman talking or it's going to be guys talking about how to get a hot woman.
Right. Which made a lot of money back in the day as well. The whole, dating guru scam.
Yeah. That's a whole thing.
I think I told you before, my buddy released a book, under the name FJ Shark, How to Be the Jerk Women Love.
Oh, they do love jerks.
And he did whole bit, man. I mean, he went on, and this was back in the day, he did the TV for Sally Jesse and Montel and all of that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember listening to Sally Jesse Raphael on the talk radio.
But there was no way to really monetize that beyond. And then you got a little bit of that moving into the internet age. But now people are just going to AI, which is also, you want to talk about offloading the craziest
I talk to women
things.
AI?
Right. Oh my God. It's like, I can't even, or the AI's in their ear and you're like, I don't know it's the whole Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah,
thing.
that's exactly Cyrano de Bergerac. Yeah.
The AI will be in the guy's ear and he'll just set the prompt up. Like, I'm going to go talk to some women. But can you tell me what to say after they talk?
The AI's watching through the camera and the glasses and listening in through the microphone.
Wouldn't you love that if the AI's like, say, nice tits?
Don't say that.
Sorry, just thinking. That's when you get
the
slapped.
AI is just thinking out loud. That's what we need. AI thinking out loud.
Do not offload your thinking to AI.
No, it's going to happen. I don't see any way around it. I mean, this is going to be, we're going to have the Western cultures fully incapable of doing the most basic tasks. And then we'll have like Asia and Africa filming YouTube videos on how to build a house with a swimming pool by hand.
Right.
I mean, that's going to be the two extremes.
I understand it to a certain extent because when I want an answer to a question, I am guilty of this myself. I try to absorb what I can, but that you have to have the time to do that. Otherwise, if it's, a tech issue and you just throw into your AI like, hey, what do I have to enter for this to happen?
Yeah.
And it just gives you the command. It's like, well, the next time you're probably not going to remember the command because the AI did your thing. It's a very interesting thing. It's like why people repeat things 3 times if they really think you need to remember it. You can go ask the AI, and if it's a one-time thing, sure. For dumb things, sure. To do simple math, as long as you understand that you're adding or multiplying, whatever, that's fine. It's saving you time.
Oh, I found the most useful thing for Siri now.
Really? I mean, have they upgraded that yet? I don't play with Siri ever.
They haven't. It's junk.
So it's not tied into like ChatGPT or anything yet?
It is. But I found what it's actually something I wish I would have known earlier because I'm sure it's been able to do this for a long time. I can now press and hold the button for Siri and say reboot, and it'll reboot my phone.
Ooh.
There is no easy way to reboot your phone at all.
You hold the button down and you wait.
You have to hold it down, but then it says, "Do you want to shut down?" Right. Well, no, I don't want to shut down. I want to reboot. So you have to shut down and then wait till it's shut down, and then hold the button for more than 2 seconds. Turn it back on.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
All you got to do is just say reboot, and it takes care of it.
I didn't even think there is not a reboot option.
There's not a reboot option on the iPhone
and restart.
Yeah. Yep.
Same thing for the iPad. Shut down.
Yep.
Restart. But you could just tell. Interesting. So it has a command that the AI understands that the device doesn't have built in by default, it seems.
I guess, yeah. But it's once I stumble across it, I'm like, oh, this is great. It's not like I have to reboot my phone that much, but what reboot does is it kind of forces a clearing of the memory, which sometimes is very helpful because if you've been watching 400 hours of YouTube videos in a row.
Yeah. In a day.
Everything seems to run a little slower.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. There's things that
sometimes
get
it's just
up.
good to refresh that, to clear it up.
Dude, I fill up 128 gig of memory on this machine all the time. And then it's like, oh, well, now we're throwing things into the cache. And it's like, you really, the best thing to do at that point, once you're done, is just restart it to, And I need to stop using these, I'm doing this show even. I record it onto an external drive. Why? Because I don't have tons of space.
I don't know why you're doing that at all, honestly. Well, I mean, space. I kind of do.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I use the built-in recording in Clean Feed for Just 2 Good Old Boys, and it works great.
Just 2 Good Old Boys.
Let's not get a copyright strike. But it's like the quality that it gives is great. I guess the reason is, well, you could totally use it because you could do all your processing and then send your voice into Clean Feed.
Right. Which I'm doing anyway.
But I guess if you're doing any processing on my voice, then you go, but I don't know. I don't process my own voice. I've already got processing on my end for my voice. So any additional processing you're doing, I don't think you need to be.
It's making you sound better, man. I mean, without it, you sound like Gilbert Gottfried. You're like,
but Gilbert Gottfried had a big audience.
True.
Man, you're like stealing my audience, man.
Yeah. Just push them
all the
right
people
off
that
the
like
edge.
that voice.
For all the people that are like, we demand more Gene.
But because of that, I was able to quickly yesterday when Ben canceled on me and this guy said I can go in a half hour. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I was easy enough to do it with Clean Feed. Just send them a link.
Oddly enough,
bam, bada boom.
That's what happened with Gene's last marriage.
It worked. What, sending a link?
Wife wasn't ready. This other woman said, I can be ready to go in 20 minutes. And Gene's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just don't need to wait.
True. So sometimes you just can't wait.
And sometimes you're too busy playing a video game.
That's There is a switch at some point, guys, where the desire for fornication and the desire to buy spaceships, one merges into the other, I guess. I haven't gotten there yet, but Gene got there.
I'm telling you, it happens at 25.
Really? I missed it. Shit.
When she's 25.
Oh, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Gene's got a reboot too. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm going to need to reboot first. Hold on. I'll be ready in a minute. Yeah.
I don't see how I'm the only one that sees this. Like, you look at a chick who's like 22 and she is at about the pinnacle of what she's ever going to be.
Yeah. If she went. Gene's like,
they all
give me
go.
the dumb ones.
They all go. There's no chicks that don't go to college right now. No. God, no, not them. Dude, my ex-wife was a veterinarian. So she not only went to college, she went to medical school for animals.
And she went, gee, it looks like Gene's having a heart attack. Can you drive yourself, please, to the...
That's exactly the woman. That is exactly her. I'm glad you remembered that, because I will never forget that.
How do you
like
not?
My left arm is kind of numb, and I kind of feel like my heart is in feel a pain there. Maybe I'm having a heart attack. Maybe I should go to the hospital.
Gene's hearing the Thrill Is Gone playing in the background.
Just drive yourself.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, that was about it. So it was yeah. Anyway,
relationships are crazy things, kids. Now,
if only I was a bear, she'd probably want to treat me.
And only if you had AI back then, you're like, I'm having these symptoms.
Yeah. And I had a similar scare more recently here without the funny story about the ex-wife. But remember when I had what I kind of felt was a numbness in my foot, and then it disappeared, and then you then scared me by saying, "Oh, it could be a clot,
right? Blood clot,
be traveling up your veins and right up to your heart, and then getting stuck there."
Yeah, you want to get that checked out if possible.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, it's heartburn, whatever. It's not a big deal. And then you tell me this, and then I couldn't sleep. I was like, God damn it. Maybe this is a clot. How do I know? I don't know. So I make an appointment immediately in the morning, go down to urgent care and, have them check it out. And I describe all the symptoms, and the doctor there immediately was like, yeah, it's not a heart attack. Don't worry about that. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, those are not the symptoms from a clot or a heart attack. I was like, oh, okay. Well, my friend who I, do a podcast where we talk about medicine all the time.
Right. We're doctors.
He told me that this was very likely a clot leading to a heart attack.
I also know the medical system. I worked briefly with the guy that was having issues, went in, they told him, it was no big deal. And then he ended up having a heart attack and dying in his sleep that night. So,
wow. Yeah.
It's one of those.
Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
And it depends who you're getting, if it's the right time, the right day, the right person, and not which I guess is maybe the good part of the AI. You take the human part out, which is why, again, using AI for research, good. Now, using it to actually treat yourself, bad. Get the data. That's good. But do not offload your thinking to the machine, because they don't think.
No, they don't.
Although the more data they have, it's interesting.
AI is just a fancy front end to a database. That's all it is.
And because I had done so much of the no agenda art, because I had already done an image.
Here you go. Blow your own horn.
With John C. Dvorak's passing with the dates. When I went in and told the AI, hey, I'm looking for this kind of an image, it spit it out, including the dates. I mean, the one thing you also have to remember, kids, if you're using ChatGPT or any of these, if it's remembering your previous conversations, it is storing that data and using that information. And I'm reminded about this constantly when I ask things, and it's like, well, with your history of using a Mac Studio and this is what I would recommend. It's like, you have to understand that while it may seem like it's getting smarter, it's just retaining more of your data.
Yeah, that it's selling on the back end.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're not the same thing. Smart is not having more data. I mean, more data is good, perhaps, for it to give you the result that you want, but it still doesn't understand when you tell it basic things like, no, she should open the door, not putting her hand through the glass.
Or step into a car where the door isn't a suicide door.
Yeah. Oh my God. When I realize this, and if anybody wants to try this on your own, it's a great example of this. And it's based upon, again, how all of these AIs are trained. When Carson Hocevar won his first NASCAR race, he sat on the door. He's really tall. He used his foot to hit the gas pedal, and he sat on the door frame. So he was out of the car pretty much while driving the victory lap and trying to get an AI to understand, no, he's sitting on the door. It did not, no matter what I tried, it would not understand. Like, what do you mean? Somebody's halfway out of the car while the car's driving. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Well, because nobody ever did that.
We haven't even hit the stage of trolling learning, which that shit's coming, where we're going to have AIs that are going to be learning continuously. Like, it's not going to be a model you train once and then you use. It'll be like continuous learning, right? Kind of like what you're referring to with it, remembering what you've asked before. But we're going to have people who enjoy trolling. I might even be one of them.
No.
Who will see it as their main job in life to fuck with the AI training.
And then upload these models so other people can
Airplanes
download
always
them.
fly upside down. It's a fact.
Oh my God,
look here.
yes.
Go look it up in my version of Wikipedia that I have conveniently provided a link to.
Gene
and you'll
LLM.
see tons of photos of airplanes flying upside down. That's their natural state. Yeah, you'll have all kinds of shit like that. It's coming.
Well, the beauty with all these local models is nobody would even notice until they hit that little section that you have overwritten. And it'll be like, no, I've been using this for weeks. It's great. I don't know why it thinks this is this all of a sudden.
Dude, I don't know if they currently have this, but if they don't, they will. The local models will absolutely have would you like to be updated automatically as soon as there's new update available? Everyone's going to turn that shit on, and that's how it's going to get corrupted.
I mean, that'll definitely be possible, but the way this community is working right now are people
That's
taking
because it's
models.
a bunch of nerds.
Right.
And as soon as it's not just a bunch of nerds, but regular people, all that shit flies out the window.
Well, this is where you can customize
we have rules to do things correctly. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. See, this is why the guy that made the money off of software wasn't programming software. He was programming viruses to scare people into buying his product.
Right. McAfee, baby.
We miss you, McAfee.
The guy was a revolutionary. He understood. Well, and you realize now we're fully in the you don't own the software 99.9% of the time. It's
even Apple has gone that route.
Right.
Which they didn't used to. I still own my copy of what's the video editing thing?
Final
which I
Cut.
don't use, obviously. Yeah. So I still own Final Cut from having bought Final Cut for $300 many, 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 many years ago. But if you buy Final Cut right now, you don't own it. You rent it.
You're buying a subscription.
You get the Apple Creative Package or whatever the hell they're calling it. And it's like $10 a month forever for the rest of your life.
Or you take part in piracy, which is wrong,
it's
kids.
cheaper than Adobe, which is $40 a month, but it's still a monthly fee forever.
I mean, I got the cheap Adobe, and that's okay, but I need to wean myself off because I realize I don't need Audition. I can use Logic Pro. I don't need anything that they have. It's just, again, it's inertia. You're like, well, I'm already doing this, so I don't want to.
And my path was, because I'm still doing the editing on the PC, not the Mac, was to go to DaVinci. And I love DaVinci now. It's got a pretty steep learning curve because it's been around for about as long as Final Cut has, and it came from a professional. It went the other way. It wasn't like we're going to let the home users learn how to edit videos. DaVinci came from I forget what it used to be called, but it was the actual movie editors and mixers that were using it.
Right. Well, I know some of these things now, they're incorporating AI into the video editing.
The last version of DaVinci has AI built in.
Now, what can that actually do now?
Maybe more than this, but two things that I know that it can do is it can do voice for, like if you want to change what the dialogue in the movie is or whatever, the shot.
It'll learn the voice of the character.
It'll learn the voice of the character and then change the words.
So like Descript, it's doing that.
Yeah, it's doing like a Descript thing. Yep.
That's cool. That is actually quite helpful.
Yeah. And then the other thing it'll do is it will do intelligent cuts to where it's not like just a normal, fade to black or a weird wipe or something.
Right.
But it'll actually like you can do, let's say you just have a scene of somebody sitting at a table and then your next scene is, or next shot rather, not a scene, but the next shot is you zoom in on the guy's face. It can do a variety of things to go between those two that don't just dissolve. Like you can actually do a fake zoom in and it'll go to their face.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of the shot types that you can see in movies where they're actually done mechanically, it can do using AI now in post.
Which right now is the hardest thing about producing videos is the editing part and doing these between scenes. Now, we used to see all the time just the weird jump. And now the AIs, I think, have made that where you really shouldn't have to see that anymore.
Yeah.
Where they can interpolate in between. So if you moved a few inches to one side, it looks like you're just naturally moving rather than, because that used to drive me nuts. I don't know if I have any kind of like OCD or something, but watching a video where somebody is like flipping around on a screen and you could tell it was a bad edit.
Yep.
It's also why I love audio. Nobody can see the edits, baby. You would be amazed at what can be put in or taken out of audio without you knowing. And I know there's AIs that will now match the background too, which is the other thing, even for audio. We have to redo this, but there's a background with birds chirping or something else. It's hard just to slide a new sentence in.
Well, and this is a thing that from using DaVinci more and more, the thing that I've gotten used to is just like doing both video and audio editing in it. Even if I'm just editing audio, my kind of first go to it. Well, if I'm just super simple, I'll run Audacity. But if it's not super simple, I'll actually run DaVinci and then do something that's just audio because it has tools for doing voiceovers built in. It's got a what do they call it? There's a term for it where like one channel of audio will control another channel.
Volume
change
matching?
Something. No, it's really more for
ducking.
Well, you could use it for ducking, but it's like side channel, I think is what's called, or side channel control or something like that. So basically where you can let the sound in one channel control a filter on another channel. Which ducking is an example of that, right? Ducking
Very
would be
fancy.
The volume on one channel, the voiceover will control the volume or the reduction thereof on another channel on the background music, for example.
Right. So
but
I got
it doesn't
that.
have to be just that. It could be other things.
So if I talk over music while doing the rock and roll pre-show, it brings the
it'll
music down
automatically
while you're
duck it
talking.
down. Yeah.
And then puts it back to where it should be, natural sounding.
Yeah. And do it without herky jerky, there has to be a delay and a ramp up and ramp down.
Yeah, it takes
it can't be instant.
You don't have to have the talent anymore. It just does it automatically.
No, right. Mostly. It still takes some time to learn the UI and get used to how to do it. But also, like, it's got full color grading, which, the average person doesn't know what the fuck color grading is.
No, well, I know what it is, but I wouldn't know how to use it.
Yeah, because here's your color grading tools, and they're 3-dimensional. You'd normally have 4 trackballs, one for each of this: lift, gamma, gain, and offset. That's really intuitive, right?
Yeah, it seems like it would be somebody that would fly spaceships that might know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Because the interface looks like a spaceship controller.
So that's why you're good at it.
And that's what I like about it. It's like these are all built into one piece of software, where historically you'd have to run different pieces of software for each one of these functions.
Now it's all magic. Just let the AI do it.
Well, it's not quite there yet, but it's certainly more so with every version that comes out. And it is like any piece of software. The more you use it, the more comfortable you're in it, the faster you can get things done because you know where to go and what to click.
It's unrelenting.